The first time I saw her, my breath caught in my throat. No, I'm not exaggerating. I literally felt a void in my chest, like I'd forgotten what oxygen was. She was standing there in that dark corridor of the space station, under the purple lights. Her blue skin seemed to glow from within, silver hair cascading down her shoulders, and those eyes. God, those eyes, like two emeralds but with stars inside them. Actual stars. I was just a simple cargo pilot, hauling supplies from Planet Nexus 7 to Terra Colony. Routine, boring, safe, until my engine failed. And the station where I had to make an emergency landing was that desolate Omega station on the edge of Imperial space. "Looking for an engine part?" she said. Her voice was as striking as her appearance, soft yet powerful, melodic yet determined. She spoke English with a slight accent, as if carefully selecting each word. I looked up. "Why, yes," I stuttered. How stupid must I have looked? E42 model plasma regulator. I doubt I'll find it here, but... "We can find it," she said, and smiled for the first time. My heart raced. "But not here, follow me." The logical thing would have been to say no. Not to follow someone I didn't know, an alien no less, through an unknown station. But what would you have done? When you looked into those eyes, saw that smile. Yeah, I followed her. Her name was Lara. She told me as we walked. She'd left her home planet, I couldn't even pronounce the name, long ago, now living here on the station as a freelancer. I didn't ask what kind of work. It didn't matter then. What mattered was the clinking of strange tools in her bag as we walked, how her hair shimmered under the purple lights, and that electric jolt I felt every time she glanced at me. We found the engine part. Or rather, she found it. Deep in the station's bowels in an illegal market. The price was outrageous, but I would have paid it. I had no choice. But Lara intervened. "Too much," she told the vendor, her voice cold. "Half price, or I send the coordinates of this market to the Imperial guards." The vendor, a three-eyed, scaly thing, immediately cut the price in half. I looked at Lara again. Who was this woman? "Thank you," I said outside. I don't know how to repay you." She looked at me with those star-filled eyes. "Buy me dinner. There's a decent place on level 3, if you're not in a hurry to leave." I should have been in a hurry. My cargo was late. The company would fine me. But when she looked at me like that... "I have time," I said. That dinner changed everything. We talked for hours. She asked about Earth, about my life, my dreams. I told her about my small apartment in New Seattle, about how I became a pilot to escape that apartment to see the stars. She listened like every word mattered, like I mattered. "And you?" I asked. "Why did you leave your planet?" Her expression changed. Something dark flickered in her eyes. "Some things are better left behind," she said. "Some pasts are better forgotten." I should have pressed, should have asked more, but I didn't want to ruin the moment, so I changed the subject. "This might sound crazy," I said, "but would you like to come with me to Terra Colony, just to see it? I could show you around before I head back." She looked at me for a long moment. "You don't even know me." "I know enough," I said, and at that moment I believed it. I felt like I'd known her forever, like we were meant to meet in that station on that day. "Okay," she said finally and smiled. "Why not?" The next morning, we departed. Lara sat in the co-pilot seat, watching the stars stream past as we jumped through hyperspace. She was quiet, but I could see wonder in her eyes. Or was it something else? Something like sadness? "Are you okay?" I asked. "Just thinking," she said, "about how strange life is. How one random moment can change everything." "Tell me about it," I said, grinning. 24 hours ago, I was a bored pilot with a broken engine. Now I'm traveling with the most beautiful woman in the galaxy. She laughed, that laugh. I wanted to hear it forever. But then the alarms went off. "What's that?" Lara asked, suddenly alert. I checked the scanners. 3 ships were approaching. Fast. Pirates, maybe, or bounty hunters. My hands moved over the controls. Hold on, this might get rough. But the ships weren't attacking. They were flanking us, escorting us. And then a voice crackled through the comm system. "Attention, unidentified vessel. You are harboring a fugitive. Surrender Lara Kethrax immediately or be destroyed." My blood ran cold. I looked at Lara. Her face had gone pale, well, paler than her usual blue. "Lara, what's going on?" She closed her eyes. "I'm sorry, I should have told you." "Told me what?" "My real name isn't just Lara. It's Lara Kethrax, and I was the Empire's most elite hunter, an assassin. The world, no, the universe tilted. "What?" I killed people, she said, her voice breaking. Important people, dangerous people. People the Empire wanted eliminated. I was good at it, the best, until I wasn't anymore. Until I realized what I'd become, so I ran. How many? I whispered. 47 confirmed targets, she said, over 12 years. I should have been terrified, should have opened the airlock and pushed her out, but instead I looked at her, really looked at her, and I saw the pain in those star-filled eyes, the regret, the desperate hope for, what? Forgiveness? Redemption. We have 30 seconds to respond, I said, checking the scanners. What do you want me to do? She looked at me surprised. You're asking me. It's your life, I said. Your choice. I'll support whatever you decide. Tears welled in her eyes. Actual tears glowing faintly blue. I don't want to go back, but I won't let you die for me. Tell them. No, I interrupted. That's not one of the options. My fingers danced over the controls. Can you shoot? What? The turret controls. Right panel, can you use them? A small smile appeared on her face. I was an Imperial assassin. Yes, I can shoot. Then let's show them what happens when they threaten my co-pilot. What happened next was chaos. Beautiful, terrifying chaos. I'd never flown like that before, twisting, diving, pushing the ship to its limits. And Lara, God, she was magnificent. Every shot precise, calculated, devastating. Within minutes, 2 of the 3 ships were disabled, drifting in space. The 3rd ship retreated, but not before sending one final message. This isn't over, Kethrax. The Empire never forgets. When the danger passed, I sat back, adrenaline still pumping. So, Imperial assassin, huh? Former assassin, she corrected, a slight smile on her lips. Former, I agreed. Important distinction. I paused. Anything else I should know? Secret royal heritage, hidden superpowers, allergic to chocolate. She laughed that wonderful laugh again. No, no, and sadly yes. The chocolate thing is true. Damn, I said, that's the real deal breaker. We looked at each other, and suddenly we were both laughing. Laughing like maniacs, like people who just escaped death and found it hilarious. I'm sorry I didn't tell you, she said when the laughter subsided. I wanted to, but I was afraid you'd. Run screaming, I suggested, something like that. I took her hand. It was warm despite the blue skin. Lara, listen to me. I don't care about your past. I care about who you are now. And the person I see is someone trying to be better. Someone who intervened to save me money, who laughed at my terrible jokes, who just helped save both our lives. That's the person I want to know. But the Empire will keep coming, I finished. I know, and we'll deal with it together if you want to. She squeezed my hand. I want to more than anything. We continued to Terra Colony, but everything had changed. Not between us, if anything, we were closer. But I saw her differently now. The way she moved, the way her eyes scanned every room we entered, the way her hand instinctively went to her hip where a weapon would have been. She was a warrior, a survivor. On Terra Colony, I showed her the crystal forests I'd promised. We walked under trees made of living glass, light refracting into 1,000 colors. She was silent, taking it all in. It's beautiful, she finally said. Like you, I said. Cheesy, I know, but I meant it. She turned to me, those star-filled eyes serious. What happens now? I can't stay on Terra. The Empire will track me here, and I can't ask you to. Come with me, I interrupted. We'll go somewhere they can't find us. The Outer Rim, the free zones. Hell, we'll find an uncharted planet if we have to. We'll start over, together. You'd give up everything. Your job, your life, your apartment in New Seattle. I laughed. That apartment is a closet. My job is boring. And my life? It didn't start until I met you in that station corridor. That's the most romantic thing anyone has ever said to me, she whispered. Also the most reckless. Is that a yes? She kissed me, right there under the crystal trees with light dancing around us like fallen stars. When we finally pulled apart, she smiled. That's a yes. We left Terra Colony that night, quietly, carefully, leaving no trail. My company would file me as missing, presumed dead in a pirate attack. My apartment would be cleared out, my few possessions sold. But I didn't care. I had everything I needed sitting in the co-pilot seat, plotting our course to freedom. Where to? Lara asked, her fingers flying over the navigation console. Anywhere they won't find us, I said. Somewhere we can be happy. Happy, she repeated, as if testing the word. I'm not sure I remember what that feels like. Then I'll remind you, I promised, every single day. She looked at me, and for the first time since I'd met her, I saw something new in those star-filled eyes. Not just regret or pain or fear, but hope. Pure, brilliant hope. You know, she said, when I woke up yesterday, I never imagined my life would change like this. Neither did I admitted. I thought I'd fix my engine, deliver my cargo, and go home to my boring life. And instead I found you, or you found me. Does it matter? No, she said softly. I suppose it doesn't. As we jumped into hyperspace, leaving Terra Colony and the Empire behind, Lara reached over and took my hand. I glanced at her, this blue-skinned, silver-haired, former assassin, impossible woman who'd stumbled into my life and turned it upside down. I fell in love with you at first sight, I said, even though I didn't know who you really were. And now that you do know, I love you more, I said simply, because now I know how brave you are, how you left everything behind to try to be better, how you trusted me with your darkest secret. That takes courage. Or stupidity, she said, but she was smiling. Maybe both, I agreed, but isn't that what love is? Brave stupidity. She laughed, and the sound filled the cockpit like music. I suppose it is. We flew for hours, discussing plans, dreaming of futures. A small home on a peaceful planet. Maybe a shop, she could fix ships, I could pilot them. A simple life, a normal life, or as normal as life could be when you were a cargo pilot and a fugitive assassin in love. Do you think they'll ever stop looking? Lara asked as we approached the free zone border. Probably not, I said honestly, but we'll always be one step ahead, and if they find us, I grinned. Well, they've already seen what we can do together. Together, she echoed. I like that word. Get used to it, I said, because wherever we go, whatever we do, we're doing it together. That's the deal. Best deal I've ever made, she said. As we crossed into free zone territory, officially beyond the Empire's reach, I felt something I hadn't felt in years. Not just happiness, but purpose. My life before had been a routine: wake up, fly, deliver, sleep, repeat. But now every day was an adventure. Every moment mattered. We made it, Lara whispered, watching the border markers fade behind us on the scanner. No, I corrected, pulling her close. We're just getting started. And you know what? I was right. The Empire did keep looking for us. We had to move twice in the first year, always staying ahead, always watching our backs. But we also laughed more than I'd ever laughed in my life. We built a home, small, cramped, but ours. We fought sometimes, made up always. We lived. Some people might say I was crazy, throwing away everything for a woman I'd just met, an alien, a killer. But those people never looked into Lara's eyes, never heard her